have a game plan and we have a recipe, and if we go out there, we believe that if we do the right things, that we're going to get rewarded for it, and we have so far. We got pucks in deep, we worked our forecheck, we worked our cycle, and when we're on top of our game like that, we're a tough team to beat. We have a game plan and we have a recipe, and if we go out there, we believe that if we do the right things, that we're going to get rewarded for it, and we have so far. We got pucks in deep, we worked our forecheck, we worked our cycle, and when we're on top of our game like that, we're a tough team to beat.
At the end of the day, this is a very, very hard trophy to win, and that's what makes this team special, is that everyone is thriving towards the same goal.
I have complete and utter confidence that they can close this series out. Do you want to be just like every other team and win one and be done? Or do you want to become special?
Welcome to We. The of Amalie Arena on Thunder Alley. And we are here after a Bolts Game 4 OT loss 3-2. Stash, what happened tonight?
A great freaking playoff hockey game is what happened tonight. Carey Price finally showed up in the series out of nowhere. Who knew? He was basically on a milk carton for the last 3 games of the series. Finally did his job. Vasi did his job. The depth from the Tampa Bay Lightning did their job. The coach from the Montreal Canadiens did his job. And what ended up was one for the ages in my book. If regardless of the series being 3-0 or whatever, if you just take this one game and playoff history, one of the greatest games that you'll see. And honestly, for the first 2 periods, I think that Montreal definitely won 30 out of the first 40 minutes, if you will, but it was still kind of an even game through there. Once again, tied at 1. And man, to me, it's a great game. When Goody scored that goal and I was like, okay, here we are now. We're undefeated when he scores. That's a new stat, because there's so many stats that we've seen fall and become a thing in this back-to-back runs for the Lightning. I was like, okay, this might be one we could hang our hat on once the Vasi stat fell, right, with the shutouts and everything else. So, but nay, it was not to be. And honestly, Montreal earned it. And in my book, that's almost a payback for game 2, right? Because I feel like we outplayed them. The Iron almost played better than Carey did tonight, if you will. The Cage was better, right? Yeah, the Cage had 3 saves. Carey Price had, a few others. But, other than that, I feel like this was just a great playoff hockey game, something that we haven't seen really throughout the first 3 games of the series.
Yeah, and we'll unmute Schooley here, who's got some company.
Baby Bolts in the house.
Thomas, what was it like at the watch party tonight?
Baby Bolts in the house.
What's up, y'all?
Is that Carlos?
Oh, yeah.
Victor, homie.
What's up, Victor? Baby Bolts in the house. What's
No,
up?
baby's Carlos.
That's the bad luck right there.
Well, maybe you're the bad luck. I don't know.
We lost because of him. Next time it's just gonna be her and the baby.
We lost because of the mayor.
I agree. I blame the mayor. Hashtag blame the
Everyone
mayor if you
blame-
want to win the T-shirt. Hashtag blame the mayor to win
Blame
the
the
T-shirt.
mayor.
Well, we have.
Hashtag blame the mayor.
You guys be safe. I'll see you.
You're welcome. Hey,
So,
go
yeah.
Bolts.
Uh,
It's already in there. It's already there. Let's do it. Hashtag blame
the
the mayor.
atmosphere in here in the first period was actually really, really good. Then once we went down 1-0, you guys had messaged us and how it was. It totally deflated the place in here. Then that time when Hedman hit the post and it looked like it went in, everybody in here stood up, thought it for sure it went in. And then when they showed the replays, it was like, oh shit, it didn't. And then a few minutes later we score. But after we went down 1-0, came out the stat right away saying we were 0-4 in the playoffs after not scoring the first goal.
Yeah, and Montreal was like undefeated or something, tied, or with the lead going into the third period, or something with tied going into the third period. They had a really good stat as well. And I just, I don't know, man. I feel like there were certain periods of the game tonight where we saw the lack of, we saw Ross Colton look a little bit like a rookie. I don't know if anybody else saw it, but there were several plays, and to me, I talked about on the pregame with Peter Blake on the Sports Web about the cap and who might go and who might stay and yada yada. But I'm telling you right now, we missed Alex Killorn tonight. We missed him. And the last two games we've missed him in his depth and what that meant. And it was really good to see Joseph step up as the freshest guy on the team right now in the playoffs, because obviously he hasn't really played. He's coming in for the injured guy basically on the fourth line, and he made a difference tonight in the line in the game. He really did. Throughout the fourth line, finally found some legs throughout that game later on, and third and fourth line made a difference. But I will say right now, I feel like what really happened to this team tonight, the lighting is they looked a little bit tired. They looked like they couldn't quite keep up with the rotation, and credit the Habs, man. They played really good hockey tonight.
But we never do good in the playoffs when we have an extended break. And I had said about that on the last thing, that extra day is not going to hurt us. It didn't.
Oh, it almost got Killorn back on the ice.
The extra day.
It almost got Killorn back on the ice.
Now we're back to every other day, so let's win this in 5 on our ice. The wives were here at Emily.
I know they were looking hot. They were looking great. They had a great shot of them on the national broadcast after
in their little matching outfits.
Yeah, and the second goal when Patty was vying for his Pat trick there. It was a great shot. It was nice to see. But yeah, I would say though it was lucky for Montreal because 2 games here because of the holiday break between 3 and 4 instead of 2 games between 4 and 5 almost got Killorn back on the ice. I mean, he was right. Like I feel like this was that, like if he was 80% and playing hockey wouldn't further aggravate his injury, he would have gone.
Yeah.
So to me, the fact that he was skating right, I feel like that he was 70%. So give him 2 more days of treatment and coming back home and playing him, like boom, he's gonna play.
He said he came on the ice, but he didn't do any line rushes with them.
Yeah, and I feel like that's him. Just I went out there on a limb early and said there was some kind of fracture or some kind of structural thing going on there, and to me that's kind of what it feels like. And now they see, okay, it's healed enough that you're not going to further damage it. It's just a matter if you have the agility and you're feeling comfortable enough to be, do your job. And 2 more days, Killer's going to be able to do his job as far as I'm concerned. And now what do you do if you're the Montreal's coach? Because now you basically have to pull a rabbit out of your hat 3 more times in a row against a team that hasn't lost back-to-back games in a year in the playoffs or more, and one of the best goalies of all time and one of the greatest blue lines. And I will give him credit too is for making it a six-man blue line for his team, because they were playing 4 men basically, and we were outmatching him there. And that was a great adjustment. Not necessarily his forward adjustments, but his adjustment on the blue line was a big difference tonight.
Yeah, they had a couple different lineups tonight. They had Evans in, Romanov was in, obviously scored a goal. Kulak was in. He kind of made a difference. You heard him making a couple plays. So they came at it with a different lineup. They also kind of doubled down on what they did start doing earlier in the series, but they were really, really kind of targeting our star players, and we saw a whole montage. I think this is probably the 3rd time we've seen a montage from NBC of our players just getting run at by the other team.
Like, this is great hockey.
Great strategy.
Yeah.
It
nothing,
worked for him tonight. I thought like our main guys really kind of looked rattled. Cooch, really didn't have his best game even though he was about that close to winning
He
this
won the
game.
game twice, actually. Like, he almost had 2 goals today. Point had one.
Well, I
off
thought
the bar.
Suzuki-
Like, yeah.
I thought Suzuki was on the ice the whole game. Every time I turned around, he was on the ice. And I'm like, good Lord, get off the ice. I can't stand you.
Yeah. No, he's a good player. But I like our chances in Game 5.
You know what? And here we go. Thanks, Tiffany Sawyer, for coming back to the show again tonight, because it did. Thanks for bringing us back to the comical part of that 3 guys from each team in the penalty box. And then how crazy was it that there wasn't a stoppage so those guys couldn't come out? There was a 2-minute penalty. They were in the box for over 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that crazy? Like, that's got to be some kind of record, right? Like, I don't know, for a Stanley Cup playoff game, final game, to have guys that are in the box for like 3 times as long as a penalty was adjudicated, right? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What a great game, I mean, I was sad. We definitely had this game on the crossbar. We had it on the iron. Carey Price played great. Montreal played great. But honestly, the fact is that we should have been up 2-0 before they even scored their first goal. And it just happens. This is actually, I believe, the 3rd time and we talked about, they said that whenever the Lightning don't score, they're 0-4. This again is the 3rd time in the playoffs we've seen them come out and outplay the opposition in the first 10 to 12 minutes and not get rewarded on the scoreboard, and then suddenly the other team gets the goal, and then somehow, like, even as much as we battle back, they maintain their momentum and eke out the win, and again, like I said, I feel like this is basically getting even for game 2, because they definitely should have won game 2. Let's be honest, right?
I mean, the refs really will not call in anything.
And I thought they did a great job.
I thought they were doing good letting the teams play. I don't think both teams got away with some shit, and there's going to be people bitching that they only saw the Lightning side, but they really let these guys play unless it was something that they had to call.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for the Lightning to go 0-5, get 5 chances.
And they called it in our favor, honestly. They really did.
Yeah, to get 5 chances and not capitalize on a game that wasn't getting called at all, you have to capitalize on those.
I was
a 4-minute power play.
Yeah. See, I didn't drop this tidbit on the pregame. The thing is that people missed the headline here. Montreal wasn't practicing the power play. They were practicing the penalty kill.
Yep.
They were working on all these situations of whenever they might be down, and so they could basically nullify it. And that's what I believe. Like, you see what they're doing now. They're trying to figure out, ways that we can basically figure out ways to know. And they played great 5-on-5 hockey tonight. The Lightning did. They did. They 2 great 5-on-5 goals, multiple opportunities that went off the crossbar on the power play and 5-on-5. And we basically sound like Montreal after game 2 right now. And that's what I say. I feel like this is tit for tat. We sound like Montreal fans after game 2.
I don't know if you if they went by all the penalties that those Montreal fans were shouting about, Montreal would have had probably 30 power plays that game. Anytime one of their players went down.
I got to go on record right now.
Fans do that too.
No, and I got to give Montreal, or I got to give Mrs. Stash credit because, first of all, I was shouting at Joseph from home as if he could hear me, saying, "Hey, you're the most well-rested player for the Lightning right now." And this is a group of banged up guys. Make no mistake, every single guy on that bench is banged up in one way or another because they've been playing a crazy amount of hockey in the last year and a half, right? But Joseph overall is the most healthy and fresh guy, and I'm yelling at him, be healthy, make a play. He goes, and that line had back-to-back great shifts, and then suddenly they're in on a play on a turnover, and Mrs. Stash calmly calls goal, and then what do you know? Big Rig puts it in, and then she called overtime from the very beginning too. So I just had to give her a shout out that she called a couple of great things tonight.
She
while I
couldn't
was sitting
call a
there freaking
fucking
out.
win for the Lightning.
Well, listen, she's a she's a pragmatist, man. I'm like the ever hopeful optimist, and Mrs. Stash, she's a pragmatist. That's what balances us out,
All right, let's break this thing down. We're not doing any calls tonight. Hashtag Bolton5 as you see Michelle there. Get your entry in for the contest tonight. Smack Apparel.
It was hashtag blame the mayor. We have dissent here. Anyways, fine.
So many
hashtag Bolton5. Hashtag Bolton5.
See, we make those before the show while we're waiting for you to join. So
waiting for me to join? What do you mean? I was sitting there tweeting and posting all the way through the game. I was watching the whole time.
But we didn't.
No, it's fine. No, go ahead. Anyways, go ahead. Let's not get mired in the back to whatever.
We haven't said what was good tonight. That pass by McDonough was absolutely amazing.
World class play there for McDonough, all the way up and down the ice. He probably was one of the best guys, one of the most consistent guys all night.
All playoffs, really.
Yeah. Well, yeah. How many times have we talked about McDonough when nobody else is? We continue to talk about him on the show.
Yeah. All right. Well, period one starts off looking like we're gonna win this game. We had the first 8 shots on goal before Montreal even had their first shot
attempt.
Hard to remember how much we were dominating the beginning of this game, and I think at the end of the day, that's what really, well, besides the power plays not converting, really kind of hurt this team to not get that first goal, obviously. And Montreal cashed in. Anderson was their guy tonight from Caulfield. 1-0. That was their second shot. That was their first lead of the series. After that, what was it? 4-on-4. Point went off with a penalty. He actually
interference, and he responded and then roughed the guy that interfered with him.
Yeah, he got frustrated. Right around that time is when we saw the Vasi punch.
Yeah,
and I think I've got a clip of the Vasi punch.
I'm a big fan of the cat paw.
How awesome the Vasi cat.
You got to give him the paw sometimes. You know what I mean?
We got the GIF from Zach Blobner here on Twitter. So there it is. The nice little jab, the Vasi jab there.
Oh, boom. That's right, man. You mess with the big cat, you're going to get the paws.
And Corey Perry, he might have a future in acting because
my God.
That thing really popped him good.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to lie, though. That was the blocker, though. That thing is, that's a solid piece of.
No, that's his glove side, but still probably.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. It is both
got
sides.
him.
You're right. It is both sides. My bad.
What else happened? Montreal finally gets a penalty, and it was clear at this point Montreal was being very physical. We actually out-hit Montreal, but they were making way more effective hits. It wasn't actually just Cooch and Point that they were going after. Tyler Johnson got roughed up too in that first period. Shea Weber could have probably he tried to take Tyler Johnson out of the playoffs. Like Johnson was trying to get around the guy on the boards. The guy kind of had a pin on the boards, and luckily Tyler Johnson just ducked, but he was about to get rocked.
He looked like he was getting scalped.
Well, and then Point basically made the exact same play later on in the second period. And, as great as Mrs. Stash made the calls earlier, she was like, oh, he was going to knee Point. I'm like, no, he was going to check the shit out of Point. And Point fell to the ice, and his sports move momentum brings his knee up. And it just looked like he was trying. No, Point saw the hit coming, and he bailed. So you're not wrong, man. They came to lay the wood tonight.
Yeah, and I was getting upset because they were getting some good shots in, but they're not where's Maroon? Who's laying the wood on them? And again, we outshot them, but we out hit them, but it wasn't really the same kind of hits that they were delivering to our top players.
Yep.
The penalty that's called is a slash from Edmondson after all that on Coleman. It was killed. Lots of chances. That was points. That was the first crossbar. Point hit a crossbar.
Yep.
Power play looked pretty decent. I thought they missed a couple opportunities. I thought Cooch should have shot the puck more on that
Oh
first
my
power
goodness!
play.
3 times. Sorelli had an opportunity later on. I don't want to preempt you, but yeah. And again, first appearance of the first star of the night, right there on the power play, which was the iron of the net.
You're playing Pokemon Go. Why don't you?
Oh, you better
Busted.
busted. Oh,
Yeah.
outed.
Remember, it wasn't Jane Castor who requested that game 5 first. It was
definitely Thomas Schooley. It was Thomas Schooley that said we should just do a game 5.
So
Damn right. Blame Schooley.
Shame on Thomas.
Hashtag blame Schooley. Hashtag Pokemon Go is not for hosts.
All right, first period. Well, it's not a great show tonight. It's just not.
No, it's a great show because you know what? It was a great hockey game. I'm telling you, this is one for the ages, man. It might not have been in our favor, but this was a great freaking game to watch.
I will not remember this game after Wednesday.
I will. I will remember this game forever because I know that this is the one that kind of got away, but the one that was the precursor to back-to-backs, baby. That's what I remember this game for. One of the greatest of all time, being a precursor to, I guess, fulfilling the mayor's grand wish. And the only thing I'll take solace in is the fact that our owner gets the revenue back in our building. And hopefully the storm has already passed us by Wednesday, and we'll have clear skies and beautiful fans right there in Amelie to welcome Stanley right back here to the Bay. Yeah,
that's a good point. Hopefully the game's not delayed with the storm coming through. I don't
it should
think
be out of here by like Wednesday a.m. and the teams will already be here by then.
Yeah, hopefully we're good. All right, so first period ends with the puck on top of the net. The Bolts were getting all those chances, but could not put any in. There's also a little scuffle at the end. Maroon and his old buddy Edmondson,
his old teammate,
going at it. I felt like the Bolts really kind of missed that opportunity really at the beginning.
But how does Gallagher start that entire situation and get away with nothing? Right? None of that would have happened. None of those penalties, none of that would have happened if Gallagher would just skated off the ice. But Gallagher, no helmet, by the way, which on the ice, no helmet, which that means he was on the bench and then came off the bench to instead of just going right down the tunnel, which, right, isn't that what you're supposed to do at the end of the period? Go right down the tunnel if you're on the bench. Usually. He came on the ice and then went right at Hedman, which once again, second and first, same as the first. It didn't affect Hedman whatsoever, but then suddenly everyone reacted, yada, yada, yada. And then here we go, 4-on-4 hockey, and Gallagher escapes scot-free once again.
Right. 4-on-4, nothing really happens during the 4-on-4. We get that NBC montage that we've getting every series now with our players getting targeted and NBC praising it. Mentioned that earlier. Tampa takes a penalty point off for a high stick. Not much you can do there. That's one of those penalties that they're going to call. We saw it later in the game. Bolts killed it, did well on the penalty kill. And actually that was our only penalty of the game, I believe. The power play was 0 for 1 for Montreal, and that's what the Montreal fans are going to be whining about this game, is how they only got the 1 power play to our 5.
They still won the game, and again, like I said, they're practicing that penalty kill about the power play. But anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So Perry then gets the penalty. He hooks Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson might have scored on that play where he got hooked. He was crashing right at the net. They were going for that kind of deflection pass shot. And Perry made a good play. And then the power play, that first line looked horrible on that power play. They were just kind of getting run at and did not respond to it all. And then that second power play unit, they mention every time they come on there, they haven't scored all playoffs. I don't understand what their strategy is on that second power play unit. It seems to be like get it up to Sergachev and screen the goalie and let Sergey shoot.
But it does not
really
bad shots and take bad shots.
Yeah,
Take that shot.
and most of the time it gets blocked, but I guess that's the strategy on that second power play, and we know, like, we got to get those first guys out there.
I love Sergey, man, but I'm telling you right now, if I'm Coop, I'm putting Cerny on that power play right there instead of Sergey. That's
Maybe
that's
at this
the guy
point,
I'm going
yeah.
with. Honestly,
Although I would love to see
he's still-
Sergachev score in this.
Well, obviously in this series for the history of him going for, being drafted there, but also Ryan McDonough drafted by Montreal as well, right? So both ended up in Tampa eventually.
Yep.
But go ahead. Power play. Video.
Yeah. Fourth line draws another penalty, but Tyler Johnson drew the second one. Armia trips Joseph, but yeah, I mean third line did really well tonight, but the fourth line again really strong game to set up that power play that just couldn't convert. Hedman hit a post. We remember that one. We kind of mentioned it earlier. He also hit,
and everyone stopped playing. That's the other thing I have a problem with. Everyone stopped playing. Even Cooch is like, "Hey, that's a goal." No, man.
Yeah.
Did the referees call a goal? No. Then you play to the whistle, right? That was a little bit of a telltale sign to me where the overall mentality of this team was tonight after getting those posts early on and having like a dominating first 12 minutes and not getting that first goal like they have the last few games of the series, right? Like they've somehow figured out a way to get that first goal. And when they didn't get it in the first minute or the first period of this game, it did seem like they got a little bit frustrated.
Yeah. And then add insult to injury, Hedman nails point with a shot, and he goes off for the rest of the period. After all of that, every Montreal Canadiens trying to take out point, and it's Hedman's shot that takes out point for the period. He returned in the third period. He seemed fine. We did get that goal towards the end of the period. Beautiful play. McDonough kept it in the zone, and then backhand pass blind to Goodrow, who basically just had an open net to shoot at. Let's see this beautiful goal here if we can. I don't know if I have the whole shebang here, but let's throw it up there anyway. Yeah, I do.
You got it, bro.
I got this. All right, so this is a gift, so it's going to loop back. He keeps it in, joins the rush. They get it back to him, backhand to Goodrow. That's a beautiful goal, and all McDonough there. I mean, we can't say enough nice things about Ryan McDonough on this show. He's been doing it all playoffs.
People, and I've heard, I'll say this. There have been rumors and bubblings and this and that comments on social media about him being one of the guys potentially to send to Seattle in the expansion draft. And then the roundtable I was on earlier tonight on the Sports Web with Peter Blake, who was on there with Dan Harajan and a couple other guys from the Scrum. And not a single person brought up McDonough as a guy that would be exposed or allowed to leave, because even though his contract might be backloaded, that guy allows Hedman, again, we've talked about it so many times on the show, Hedman and Coop the ability to play freely up and down the line. And man, he proved it once again how valuable he is to this team and this franchise deep in the playoff runs.
Yeah, I think he'll be exposed though to the expansion draft. The math just doesn't add up unless you want to lose a young defenseman. But
I think
they get a wheel and deal. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna agree on which guy goes. And I'm just gonna say, I think even McDonough's contract doesn't even. It's tough for us to bear. Why would you want to take it on if you're the new team when there's other better options on the floor?
Well, I don't know if they watch the game tonight or all playoffs. I would think that's probably a good reason.
That's true. Yeah, you're not wrong. McDonough might be the one guy that like, hey, you know what? They don't grow on trees. Guys like that guy, So
Yeah, and here's Rob's spot.
and I
on
agree,
here.
and I definitely agree with
Different.
Rob. I definitely agree that we can only protect, not keep. We can only
Yeah,
protect.
doesn't mean they're going to take him.
guys. Yeah.
So anyway, I don't want to
Yeah.
talk about the expansion draft until
Sorry, man. I'm sorry. That's not my.
next week.
I know.
All right.
I know.
So third period, you had the matching 3-on-3 guys out, 3 guys out. I thought that should have been an advantage for us. Our third line, we create our third line for 2 of their top defensemen, and it's Montreal that scores the next goal. Romanov screen. That's one of the ways that you're going to beat Vasi. So they get on the board 2-1, and we're just chasing them this entire game, and that's kind of what killed us. Johnson, breakaway chance, couldn't really get a good shot off. The third line was in that box forever. We mentioned that earlier.
Brian Young is right now. Brian Young is right.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't do it all, guys. I can't do it all.
No, listen, I'm not throwing shit at you. This guy should win like some kind of consolation, like a hidden pineapple prize, right? Like, hey, you got the one.
There you go.
But thanks, Brian Young, for watching and calling us out on our bullshit.
Yeah, we didn't think anyone read that, actually.
Right. He's not wrong about that. Thank you. Now we know. That's not wasted energy, Rob. Now you know.
Tampa Bay
not wasted energy.
Scores and ties it up 2-2. The big rig, the one-man dynasty. We got to look at this one. In this one,
and Joseph working hard again. Like I said, I was calling him out for being the freshest guy. And look, man, yeah, there it is, right there, selling out,
makes the play, and then gets up and assists on the goal with the perfect saucer pass. So yeah, great play here all around. Maroon, nice job burying it. And I thought we were going to steal this game at this point. With not much time left.
With Goudreau with us being 7-0 with Goudreau scoring, and then as soon as I was like, man, Joseph, you're the freshest guy in the ice. Play harder, make a play. He goes and makes it, and then like I said, Mr. Stash in there calmly on the couch. By the way, the most nervous cat on the entire house, sitting there like, goal, and then boom, like it was there. And that's when I finally was like, there it is. This is where we thrive. And everyone in the studio called it. They said, hey, come right back. We'll be right here talking about the Stanley Cup champs. And I don't think they were wrong to call it that way. We should have been there. Like, how many posters we had? 3. We had 3 posters plus Carey Price played the best game of the postseason or this series for him. So
Yeah, we 2-2. I thought we were going to come back and get one late in this game. Vasi, though, had some huge saves down the stretch to keep them off the board. That fourth line continued to play well. They were getting time with like under 2 minutes left to try to win this game as they deserved to. And then Montreal takes the penalty that I thought was going to seal the Stanley Cup for the Tampa Bay Lightning, but nothing is given in this league. Andre Palat, high stick, somehow doesn't get called. They had to replay it. There's blood dripping from his face. But they did get the right call. 4-minute double minor. We have 4 minutes of power play with 1 minute left in regulation. They got a shot off by Stamkos. It didn't even hit the net. Good. I mean, I see what he was trying to do there. He was trying to go far side.
I kept going for the captain. Nothing against him. Man,
no, I think we all wanted him to get that opportunity, and he just missed. He didn't hit the net.
His team was close. Cooch missed the net as well in that moment. Sorelli had a moment actually in the third period when he was coming in alone and the top in between the circles, a one-on-one with Price, and didn't let it go and completely second-guessed himself. So, like I said, I feel like we're a little bit like Montreal in game 2, where I feel like we outplayed them. We had better opportunities, and they just kind of out-hustled us and took advantage of better opportunities,
Well,
Well,
real
yeah,
quick
I mean-
on this isn't correct. Because you can do 7 forwards, 3D, or you can protect 8 skaters plus 1 goalie. So they can do forwards and D as many as they can, but they have to protect no move clause, which I'm looking at cap friendly real quick, and it's
there's a lot.
Cooch. No, it's only Cooch, Stammer, Hetty, and Vassy that have the complete no trade clause. No move. They have to protect
completely.
the no move.
The NMC. You're right. But
So the no trade, they can still put them up.
And here's something and we don't want to. Well, do we want to finish the recap, or do we want to just?
No,
we don't want to get into cap friendly, right?
There's not much left to recap. We had 3 minutes of power play in the overtime, and I told you guys we got 3 minutes to win the game. Of course, we can't get anything really going on that power play, and for like 3 minutes straight.
And again, I feel like this is where we miss Killer, because Killer fills so much of the, like, he plays 17 minutes a game. Do people forget that? You know what I mean? 17 plus minutes a game from Killer, and his other two line mates play like 15 or 14 minutes. Well, no, actually, all three of them play the same, but that's because they're on the power plays. But except for Charlie. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he plays so many minutes, and the depth of this team is great. But when you lose a guy like Killer who plays on the special teams, and the way that second line dictates possession, that's a big miss right now, and that has made the depth of this team, I feel, a little bit exposed, and I feel like this team's a little bit tired right now, if you ask me.
Well, they looked tired when they let up the final goal to Josh Anderson. There was definitely some sort of defensive breakdown, and Montreal wins. Such a shame, because I really felt like a sweep of this series really, really would have made a statement. But the Bolts are going to have to settle for taking that cup in Game 5 here in Tampa, as the mayor wished.
And so many other people on social media. So the question I actually asked, maybe the question of the game, is who's to blame for not getting this fourth victory in a row, right? Is it the people that said sweep? The people that talked about the brooms? Was it the people that said, don't get cocky, we don't want to lose? Was it the people that said, let's bring it back home and win it in 5? Like, who is to blame? I want to know, because
I'm going to go with the power play.
It was like 33, 33, 33.
Let's go with the power play. I don't think it matters what any of us say about any of these games.
Look, if I was Trey or Matt Parker, I'd blame Canada. Right now, I blame the mayor.
Let's all storm the mayor's mansion. Is there a mayor's mansion? Must be, right?
No.
Mayor's residence.
Regular house.
That'd be like a mayor's bungalow. Right?
All right. Well, I got nothing else to say about this game. Came up short. We can't win them all. A sweep would have been nice, but we know how this team responds when we've lost a game in the playoffs.
I haven't lost 2 in a row.
In a long time.
That means on Wednesday, that cup right there will be in that building right there. Well, actually,
I don't know who's going to run the show on Wednesday.
The cup is actually on a plane right now. The NHL came out.
Is anybody going to be at home on Wednesday right now on this screen?
No.
Yeah. No. So
I'll have my laptop.
I'll tell you what. I'll take my opportunity in between today and tomorrow to upgrade my network capabilities, and I will as well.
Stash is going to update Windows.
I'm going to get a hotspot. On my phone.
We know what happens when Stash tries to join the show remotely.
Exactly. It's a shit show. I hate it.
So last chance, guys. Hashtag Bolts in 5, because we're going to get out of here. It's 12 o'clock. We lost.
Hashtag blame the mayor.
We're going to go storm the mayor's house or go to bed.
I was trying to figure out what I was going to say. Hey, the Lightning fly back at 2:15 tomorrow. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So the NHL said that they were putting the Stanley Cup and their NHL staff on a plane immediately following the game if there was a Game 5 tonight. So the Stanley Cup and the
they
NHL
can come to
staff
America, but our friends and family can't go to Canada. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they can take their entire staff. They can't, well, that's actually not true.
I read
a lot of the broadcast teams we're still broadcasting from Tampa.
There was a big story that I was reading the other day when the NHL said that they were putting all that in the plane. Like literally, they have to live in a bubble. The NHL staff does that are going in between Canada and here. They're not allowed out of their hotel rooms. They literally is like in prison for these staff members.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna say this right now. I see Rob Peterman here in the chat. I was one of the guys that didn't believe we are gonna go to 5, so I don't have an in-game ticket, but I will be there in downtown Tampa. So
Let's all meet there.
Anybody that's got a pregame tailgate, some kind of outside of the arena experience, we the Thunder would love to do a full-on remote show for Game 5 because there ain't no way this team's losing back-to-back. Let's be honest, right?
Let's do this. Let's all meet at Amelie, and after the game, what we'll do is we'll take the stage and we'll do a live show.
We will
right
do
on
a
stage.
Christian Slater Pirate Radio style.
We know Greg Wolf, so we can make this happen.
We kind of know a lot of people. We kind of know a lot of people down there.
Except they probably have band books.
Just for sure. Well, I mean, at school. School knows a lot of people.
All right, so yeah, that's the plan. Let's meet at Amelie. Everybody in Tampa, let's meet there on
Shooter in the Stash double live,
Wednesday.
Tony. We're already live. It would be double live.
And
Shooter in the Stash double live plus the professor. It'd be like a festival.
Keep an eye out for updates. I think we all expect the game to be played on Wednesday, but follow us and definitely follow Thunderbolts because Thomas will be the first one that hears what's going on.
The cheapest ticket right now is $904 for Wednesday's game, and that's in 321 row M.
It's not going to be. It's not going to get any cheaper than that. So if you want to go to the game, I would go get a ticket now or wait until that puck drops and grab one from someone desperate.
There was a scalper selling the watch party tickets for $100 right here on the corner, and he was selling.
And he got rained out. And then they got rained out.
No, the one inside. There wasn't one outside tonight, but it was like I know of at least 5 people that he sold to. I couldn't believe it because when I saw that they released some more today, I went on and bought 19 more, I think it was, and sold them all for what I paid for them. I didn't even charge the fees for the Ticketmaster fees. I was just like, give me your $10. I just wanted Lightning fans in here.
We give a shout out to Schoolie because that's what he always does. There's a lot of people out there that buy extra tickets and then pawn them off and yada yada. But listen, this guy, he buys his maximums, but he shares them with his fellow Bulls fans that don't always have the opportunity to get those tickets. And that's what we love about Schoolie. And this is actually back-to-back games where our host, Shooter, went and got a couple of watch party tickets for himself and myself, and then we couldn't make it, and he gave them away to the Shooter and Stash faithful. So, that's kind of what we do. We pay it forward on the show, and I love that Schoolie sets a precedent, and so does Shooter, and that's what we love about what we do here. And I can't wait for Game 5.
I remember when I couldn't afford to be in that building. Now I can afford to be in that building. I don't want people gouged out of.
Hey man,
you
single-handedly helped me and my wife have one of the greatest sports experiences we've had in a little while, and that's huge for us in our relationship. So,
and if Stash is here Wednesday, me and Stash have not lost at a game that we've been together at.
Hey, so whoever has one of your tickets, I think they should just give it to me for free.
Please, they all
donate it to the Stash.
They all messaged me right as it hit.
Did you remember you told me like, hey, don't pay me yet? And as soon as like, hey, my money's good.
Right. They're like,
just say sorry.
Right here, where's your Venmo? I'm paying you now.
Yeah. So Sean, but I think the crossbars or the goal cage itself was the #1 star. Sorry.
Yeah, we also had a lot of just random play that just popped into my head. Sergachev really, really wide open right in front of the net. Totally missed the net high.
Pirelli too, like I said earlier.
Had a couple chances like that. So yeah, Sean, you're right. Missed opportunities tonight. But we know what happens when the Lightning miss those opportunities that next game.
Once.
So I think, like I said, after we won Game 7 right outside Amelie, I said 5.
There's still a chance for 4, though. There's still a chance for 4. 4 consecutive series clinching shutouts.
I expect
There's still a chance.
I expect that.
And
to happen.
technically, 5 in a row. Technically.
All right, should we give away a T-shirt from Smack Apparel? So last chance.
Joel, because I said it was going to be a Vasi shutout. Anyways, go ahead. Yes, give it away.
Hashtag
Give it away.
Bolton5.
Give it away now.
Last chance to get in. We'll throw up the shirts available. Back to Boat. Bay of Champions in the Big Cats. So get your hashtags in now because we are drawing this thing. Let's do it. Good luck. The only rule is you cannot win twice during these playoffs. So let's see who we've got tonight.
I know you want to make this a short show, but after there he is,
Robbie.
Woo-hoo!
There you go, Robbie.
Our
Shoot me
65
a
faithful,
message.
The leader of Section 307, if you will. Appreciate
Yeah. Congrats, Rob. We'll shoot us a message. We can get that shirt out to you. Let us know what you want and what size. And I'll probably be getting in touch with you so we can make sure we get together at some point on Wednesday as well.
I want to know, though. We saw this, and Tiffany is back in the chat. What happened with the Manifest Destiny and us hooking up Bolts fans in the chat? What happened?
Wait, don't
is game 5 happening? Right? Yeah. Is game 5 happening? Where is
the guy?
Mr. I'll take you? Because he's
he didn't show up.
Tiffany's here.
Yeah, we need an update before we end the
Game
show,
5
Tiffany.
isn't
Will
here.
we see you at Game 5 with I forget the gentleman's name.
I know that's bad on us.
Oh, come on!
I totally agree.
Who was it, Tiffany? What was his name?
Yeah, let's
Brandon or Jeffrey or something like that.
Gosh, I remember who.
I know he's actually
I think you need to message him and
well, he was supposed to message her, and clearly he didn't have the gusto because she doesn't remember his name.
There you go, Matt.
Oh no, it was Matt McBride. No. There it is. All right, go ahead.
All right, one last comment here. Montreal was smart by going after Kuchen Point. I mean, I guess it worked tonight, but they've been doing that the last. They did that in game 3. It's not always going to work out in their favor, and I just have a tough time kind of predicting what's going to happen on Wednesday. I feel like it could be just one of these games where we just absolutely destroy them. But I want to say it's probably going to be a close game, just because for the cup.
Here we go. First and foremost, Matt McBride is the guy that's missing out. But you know who wants to step up?
Look at Steven.
Mini Killer himself. Mini Killer himself. Look at that profile.
Look at the profile pic.
Look at that profile pic, Tiffany. Come on.
That's our guy right there.
Not a pose, and you got a great filter. I feel like you're both Thunder folk. You should definitely be like, hey, Thunder, game 5. Let's meet up.
Meet up right here behind me, under that.
Boom.
Right
there. That's right. And I totally agree. And I'm going to tell you right now, I like Joel's mindset right here. If Tiffany meets up with Steven, Mini Killer plays game 5, you're basically going to be going to the game with a guy that wins the Stanley Cup. Just saying.
All right, can we end this show? Final thoughts?
No, why not? Let's do it. Come on. 20 more minutes minimum. I'm just kidding. I'm ready to go to bed. I drove from Tallahassee today. Are you kidding me? Shooter was supposed to be at the game. I was like, I'm coming home so I can run the show. I'm packing up from Tallahassee. Shooter's like, oh, by the way, giving away my watch party tickets. I'll be here. I'm like, cool. Coming home anyways. I'm ready for bed.
All right, Thomas, you got any final thoughts for us?
Go Bolts, win it in 5. And let me wait. You guys better be rocking this house on Wednesday. Not only that, there is a watch party out front and inside Cigar City.
Right,
Both of
pony
them
up.
are
Right, pony
sold out. Be,
Right, pony up.
be out here killing it. And don't destroy the plaza after we win.
No, man.
Yeah,
we're
we'll be
not
broadcasting
Toronto.
out there.
We're not Toronto. We're not, you know,
That was
LA.
Montreal.
Montreal. No, Toronto and 11 or whatever what it was that they lost, or 13, whatever you remember when they lost. Or Vancouver. I'm sorry, Vancouver. Sorry, Vancouver.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Also,
Anyways.
if you go, find us there. Yeah, because you know you're gonna get a sloppy post game show, hopefully.
Oh, it's gonna be the sloppiest of sloppy.
But you know, hopefully it's gonna be a big party on Wednesday night. I think we all think that's what's going to happen. So until Wednesday night, this has been We the Thunder. Don't forget Wednesday night to be the Thunder.
Be the